Hi, one example of institutional racism, and this may be a stretch, and it's obviously an opinion, but relating this to education could be the case of Larry P., where in California, Black students are not allowed to have an IQ test as part of their assessment process. And it had a position, it had a reason so that Black children were not over-identified for special education. But now that all the assessment techniques have been, or that assessment forms have been standardized, it almost seems like a form of reverse racism where I'm sure there's a lot of parents that want to know about that information in their assessment process and they can't have it anymore. Like I said, I think this is a really broad topic. You could talk for a long time on it, which is why I'm trying to relate it specifically to education. And this is relevant to me because I am a school psychology student. And so I think living in California and having to face these families and discuss with them, it seems irrelevant. It seems hard to explain because it doesn't seem relevant in today's culture or today's schools. So one way as an individual in education that we can try and create change is to get behind CASP, who I know is already fighting it, just join together, band together, and support that movement to try and get the ruling overturned so that assessments can be equal for all children, regardless of their culture or their race or their background. Obviously, it needs to be individualized and it needs to address their individual needs. However, it seems very black or white to be able to just not be able to give one particular race something, administer a certain test that you can another. So I think that's one very loose way that we can look at institutional racism in an educational perspective.